Hello, the Pioneer viewers. We continue to bring you all the hot developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. As you know, the war continues with all its intensity. Developments on the front line directly affect the war process. Critical needs and critical developments in times of war are always factors that change the process. The Ukrainian army showed an important resistance against the Russian occupation by creating its own means. This resistance of the Ukrainian army was not only against the occupation. It was also a rebellion against Russia in a geography where Russia has historically established hegemony. The firepower of the Ukrainian army has also improved and strengthened day by day. At the current stage, the Ukrainian army is showing strong resistance in attacks against the Russian army. While Russian military targets are being destroyed, the Kremlin is looking for a way to stop the Ukrainian offensive. The Russian army has suffered a heavy blow in the offensive launched by the Ukrainian army in the past days. The Kiev authorities have stated that the offensive will continue uninterrupted and that they are determined until they eliminate the Russian army from Ukrainian territory. The Ukrainian army attacked Russian tanks and destroyed the targets. The Russian army uses an armor system called Turtle Tank to protect the tanks. This protection on Russian tanks looks quite funny. The tanks, which are often ridiculed on social media, were destroyed in an attack organized by the Ukrainian army the other day. The Moscow army added a new one to the tanks it lost since the beginning of the war. Another event that shook Moscow has been the most vocal event of recent days. The son of the owner of a company supplying the Russian army was assassinated in the middle of the day. After the assassination, many news and allegations were put forward. According to the information we obtained from local sources, a dark process is taking place. The balance in Moscow is very delicate and changing day by day. The war process is getting more active as a result of interesting news coming from both the front and different regions. Now, if you are ready, let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to bring you the latest developments on the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. We all know that many images from the battlefield are published by Ukrainian sources. In this way, the Ukrainian army shows that Kiev sets the rules on the battlefield. New footage released by the Ukrainian government shows a Ukrainian explosive drone targeting a Russian tank that was causing problems for Kiev's unmanned aerial vehicles. The tank was rendered unusable after the Ukrainian military attack. The Russian military stockpiles are severely depleted. The Kremlin is finding it very difficult to replace the losses with new systems. A short clip shared by Ukraine's 93rd Mechanized Brigade shows a kamikaze drone flying towards a Russian tank at an unspecified location along the front lines. The footage shows the Ukrainian drone attacking the tank and then catching an explosion that engulfed another airborne attack vehicle. The invaders built a turtle tank but forgot to close a hatch, Kiev's defense ministry said in a statement last day, adding that Ukrainian drone operators are unforgiving of such mistakes. Images circulating on social media in recent months show Russia using fixed, shell-like metal structures around its tanks to protect the vehicles from Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drones. The vehicles with protective cages have been dubbed turtle tanks, mocked by open-source intelligence accounts. Weapons expert Matthew Moss previously told the press that turtle tanks have appeared in various parts of Ukraine, including the northeastern Kharkiv region, where Russian forces launched a new offensive from the border Belgorod region last month. Last month, the Kiev government announced that a Russian turtle tank had been blown up by several landmines. Earlier this month, Ukraine's 79th Separate Air Assault Brigade, operating in the east of the country, released a short video showing a Russian armored column launching an attack on Ukrainian positions near the Donetsk village of Novomykhailivka. The clip showed at least one Russian tank covered by a metal cage. Another video shared on social media showed a Russian tank covered with a turtle-like protective cover moving through a field around the Donetsk town of Krasnohorivka. The turtle tanks, which have been spotted by the Ukrainian army in many areas, have been the subject of much ridicule. As the war rages on, incredible events are unfolding behind the front lines. Kyiv and Moscow are fighting for air superiority, and drones are at the forefront of this battle. Ukrainian army drones dominate the skies above Ukraine. They have been used on the front line for reconnaissance, targeting and landing military vehicles. They have threatened Russia's tanks, and Ukraine often records and shares footage of drones on the battlefield. As the developments on the battle line continued, news of an assassination shook Russia. According to local sources, the son of the owner of a company that supplies weapons for the Russian Defense Ministry has been assassinated. Russian local sources said that a 34-year-old man was targeted near a children's playground in the courtyard of a house on Alexei Sviridov Street in western Moscow. Many sensational allegations were made after the murder in the middle of the day. Footage circulating on social media after the incident shows a gunman dressed in black chasing a fleeing man before firing several shots. After the chase, the gunman is seen fleeing as the victim falls to the ground. Authorities initially said the attack was a contract killing. Those claims were later further investigated by the Russian Investigative Committee, which said it was likely jealousy. After the murder that shook Russia, many people shared their opinions on social media, claiming that Moscow has dangerous connections. Stating that the public felt great pressure during the war, sources said that such incidents affected social peace. It was stated that public anxiety in Russia is increasing day by day and security concerns are multiplying. What do you think about the Ukrainian army's attacks on tanks? How do you interpret the Russian army's turtle tanks? What measures do you think the Russian army and the Ukrainian army should take regarding casualties? What do you think about the assassination in Russia? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.